Oh, hi you guys. Welcome to another stream. Oh, hey Taz, thanks. Appreciate the luck. And Adam spilled tea. Yep, pretty much. That's what I did 2 seconds before we went live, is I spilled tea. So if you see me mopping with a paper towel, that is what I did. I keep ending up putting things in my tea space, so my tea ends up in my mouth space, and that's just an appetite for destruction. So, we are back once again with another episode of A Necromancer's Wish. Alice will take us through that shortly. But, before we get into the meat and veg of that, let's do some stuff. So if you guys want to join our Discord and join in with some one-shots, you can find a link in there. You can also find me on Twitter, where I do most of my reaching out for new players, etc. And you can also find the rest of the campaign that we'll be playing today on our YouTube. So by all means, please do enjoy reading through that one. We'll go and get the guys, and I'll do the rest of the intro as we go. Yeah, let's go and get the guys. So, just coming in now, guys. Oh, hi.
Nej men nej, vilken överraskning.
So, you guys, let's go round. Yeah, let's go round. I'll do a little bit at the end, and then we will get straight into it. So, Alice is our DM for today. This is her campaign. Oh,
Hello.
mighty overlord.
Yes, don't anger the DM. Yeah, no, this is my campaign set in my homebrew world of Izara. And, yeah, the team's in a little bit of a predicament at the moment, but yeah, so go ahead.
Next up, we have Ali.
Hi, it's me. Her location changed this week. And I'm gonna apologise in advance if I sound robot-y. Wi-Fi here is rubbish. But yeah, I'm Ali. I play Charisse, or that's how she thinks she's called. Pevensey. She is a undead sorcerer who's had a curse upon her to be a skeleton, and all of her memories are just everywhere. So that's me.
We also have Ed.
Yes, that's me. I play Varathlion, the Dragonborn cleric, who has a little bit of a crisis to the fact that his church might be kidnapping kids in the... And that's not okay in his book, and but at the same time he's not entirely sure. So, but he'll admit his goddess, and that's got him shocked as well.
Yeah, that forever problem, you know, real good salvation and, you know, promises of eternal life, but, you know, killing kids. difficult. And we also have Ambly back with us. Hello, Ambly.
Hello. It is I, Ambly, and I play Ina Silver, that is a half-elf. And she comes from quite a family of status. And she has recently found her lost brother, but he is currently a cat. So she's gonna try to to fix him. And she also found a brother she wasn't looking for, which is Ayla, played by Adam. Spoiler alert. And she is she's a fighter and in nature a good-hearted person. Is that a word?
Yeah,
can one say that?
kind-hearted, good-hearted,
Kind-
yeah.
Okay, great. Adam, go.
And I will be playing Alar Galanadel, the smooth-talking, disguise-wearing thief, who is an old member of a guild, which it seems is also involved in kids in some sort of negative euphoria sort of way. Yeah, in the last episode, he didn't forget about Ina. He appreciates having Ina as a new sister, but he also discovered a young elf thief that very much reminded him of himself when he was a young elf thief. And he sort of spent a majority of the episode adopting this young child and teaching him how to do tongue twisters and sitch. Guys, if you guys wanna help out the channel today, you can donate to affect the story. You can £1 or £2 will give you an advantage, disadvantage, or Nat 20 or Nat 1 respectively. If you want to donate £5, you can get a bad thing or good thing to happen, and if you donate £10, you can specifically get something good or bad to happen at your request. We all... Or DM, yes, these things can affect the DM as well. Although that does rarely happen, I find. Yeah, I'll hand over to you, Alice.
Okay, so you guys last time. Also, I just wanted to say something that happened last week, which I thought was really badass, and that was how well Ina and Ayla were supposed to be walked to a jail cell, and they just took these poor guards out. One of them definitely wouldn't be able to have children by the end of it. Let's just say that. But anyway, yeah. So we have. Well, you've just heard. It's sort of it's nighttime or early hours of the morning. Charisse is out on the balcony because she has seen a fire in the distance, and overhead you can hear, or you all heard, a dragon, which is a very well-known sound to Ina, which she jumped up at as soon as that happened. So what are you guys doing from there?
Did I wake up from that scream then?
I would have said so. It was pretty loud.
Izzy, stick by me. No games for a little while.
Izzy almost doesn't hear you. He runs out onto the balcony and he's right by Charisse.
Grab that little shit's wrist.
Okay, roll your sleight of hand, please.
Off the game starts.
You little fucker, get back here. God damn it, Alice, we're not ready for kids.
We are not. He slips through your fingers as he runs towards the balcony, and he sort of lifts himself up. He looks quite happy about this, and he's just like, wow, that he's completely taken by it.
Just says, finally, everyone, get ready. We gotta fight a dragon.
I put my hands on his shoulders and just push him back into the house and just sort of, no. This is no place for you. Inside now.
And he's like, it's my house. No. And he keeps looking.
Me just woken up.
Well,
I will just simply ask, did I just hear a dragon?
Oh, a dragon. Okay, so I should probably say, just to people who are new to chatting, dragons have not been seen for hundreds and hundreds of years. The only person who's come into contact one is Ina, and she was the only survivor, and thought to be a bit crazy, along with her brother disappearing and stuff as well. So people in the streets, you can hear them shouting words like impossible, and these things come out of fairy stories. This shouldn't exist. This huge red dragon has landed on a building in a huge, almost like a clearing, like a town square type thing, and has perched itself, clinging and wrapping itself around one of the buildings.
Ina pulls his sword and starts to charge down.
Ina, once again, Ayla will grab the second person running towards the dragon.
I want to roll against her.
Yes, you may.
The roll.
What is strength?
Athletics or
what sleight of hand or what?
Roll. Hang on. Adam roll sleight of hand, and the others roll athletics.
I will try to grab her too.
Oh, okay. Okay, you roll sleight of hand as well. Ayla, you're not on it.
Yes.
Okay, now you just 16. Okay, so Warathian grabs you by the shoulder and sort of yanks you backwards, and you're like, what? Izzy sees you charging off and pulls out his knife and tries to follow suit.
Wait, 16?
God damn it.
Yes.
Where did it roll that?
I did roll that.
Oh, right.
I'm really sorry, Ali. I have no idea what you just said.
Can I please try and grab Izzy?
Yes, if you could make a sleight of hand again, please. And he will roll again, so... He got 11. Got 19. You grab this child by the scruff of the neck, and you effectively throw him back towards Ayla. And he's like, no, come on! We've got to get it right!
Yeah, of course we are! There we go. Let's go.
No! Reality check, guys. This is a dragon. No.
You hear from behind you like, oh my god, and you realise Anston has woken up as well. He is rubbing his eyes. He's just like, it's not real, it's okay. And he literally like puts his hands up in the air and walks straight back in the house like, it's not real.
Well, we need to help everyone.
I side with Ayla. We are not prepared to go and tackle that gigantic dragon. Not in this town. There are far too many casualties.
But we can't let these people die.
As soon as we can.
Well, Ina, dear sister, as much as I think your motives are noble, throwing yourself to your death is not the best way to save a city full of people. I tell you what, if you really want to, why don't we go and create a distraction somewhere else? There's got to be a field or something nearby. Go and create a big fire. I'm sure it'll be intimidated and come and attack you. In the meantime, the rest of us will hide somewhere safe.
Izzy steps forward like with his newly stolen knife from Ayla, like, I'll come with you, Ina.
No, he's not going anywhere.
Yes,
No.
I am.
No,
Okay, you're a kid. You are not gonna follow me.
Why?
Because you're Aylar's apprentice. You do as they say.
Ayla.
Persuasion.
Wow, all this gold is for me? Thank you, you guys.
So Isra,
Okay, he sort of like salutes you like a captain and wanders back to Aylar's side and crosses his arms.
hey Isra, how you doing, buddy? Isra donates £10 to make bad things happen, but only for Ed and Scrap.
Oh. Okay.
A dragon is in there, apparently.
Okay.
I love that.
So only for Ed and Scrap, right? Okay.
So now, Ayla will get down on his haunches and like get level with Izzy and be like, "Now, Izzy, we are
Yes.
thieves. Okay, we learn to steal things when people aren't looking.
Then we steal its life, and he's like,
Now, what were the two tenets that I literally just taught you, just 10 minutes ago? Come
"It's
on,
a dragon. That don't count.
life is life, Izzy.
You said people.
No, I did not. I said we never steal a life.
You killed someone yesterday.
Izzy, I thought we agreed that you were going to help me not do that anymore."
Okay. And he's all like shuffles his feet a little bit.
I wanna roll to break free from Baratheon.
Yep. Roll a strength, please, and Ed, you roll a strength too.
15 for me.
Okay.
So even.
However, Warathlian, as he tries to grab Ina, he sort of stumbles a little bit and loosens his grip and accidentally lets go of her as she tries to struggle a second time.
Yes. She runs forward and like, revenge! And
Can I run up and can I try and knock Ina out?
Knock her out. Again, I think that's going to be a strength versus constitution, please. Constitution save versus strength.
Wait, what should I roll?
If you roll a constitution save, please, Ina.
I'd like to take an action before Ina goes too far as well, but we'll see how this plays out first.
You sort of like smack her on the back of the head, and she's like, ugh, and then keeps running down the stairs.
I hope
She's already started going down the stairs.
I
by the way.
realise that. I hope this will give me an advantage that moment's grace as I go full Crocodile Dundee and throw my dagger hilt first to hit her in the back of the head.
Okay. Hang on. Okay, so you're not just throwing a dagger at her head.
No, I'm doing the whole Crocodile Dundee thing where he flips it
Okay.
around so the hilt hits her in the back of the head.
Okay. Yeah, you hit successfully, and Ina goes boom, like it stops her as she falls. She's not knocked out, but she falls over and probably goes down a couple of steps, like a little bit on the way down.
I just fix Ayla with a really pressed stare, just like. Just like, yeah, what up?
Ayla?
Sorry, Ina, but you realise if you could be taken down by this small dagger, what the hell makes you think you can take on a dragon?
You were the third person who tried.
That may be
Got
so.
a point.
And I will collect my dagger because that's my best dagger.
Okay, are you helping her up, or are you literally just leaving her to... Get up herself?
At this point, I've realised that I am weaker than Ina, and if she really wants to go and commit suicide, you know what? Fine.
Okay, so what are the rest of you? Anston is still in the house, like panicking. He's just like, "Oh my god, it's not real." He's pretending it's like pretending he's asleep.
Can I run to Anston and just grab him by his shoulders and just sort of say, Anston, darling, let's calm down. Yes, there's a dragon.
Nope, this isn't okay.
No,
This isn't it. They're not supposed to exist. They only exist in books. My mother said so.
Anston, and can I just swat him very lightly on the face with my glove?
And he's just like, "You slapped me."
It wasn't just slap. It wasn't that hard. Calm down. Don't be a baby. Right, Anston. We need to focus here. All right. So we need to look for the library in here. Take two. We need to look for the library in here. Do we not? Then let's go to the library. Help.
Are you missing the fact? There's a massive fire-breathing dragon outside. I'm not going to the library.
I agree.
It's there, but
You want to go to the library?
Yes, I do actually.
The library's in that direction. Do you know this?
Then we need a distraction, don't we, darling? Now, don't worry, we'll get this all sorted. And then just sort of, can I go and stand back out on the balcony and roll perception check to see if I can see anything that might help the distraction?
Yeah. Okay, you don't necessarily see something that you can use as a distraction. However, you do notice that the dragon does seem to be looking at all of you in particular.
Do I recognize the dragon?
Yes, you do. Please roll an insight.
12.
Okay, well, the one defining feature for you is that it has a huge scar running across its eye, which you will remember Harold put there when you were crushed by a horse.
That's my Harold.
That is what you recognize on this dragon.
Okay.
There is, on the outskirts of the city, you are on the further to the outskirts, so there is an open plain or field or something like that. But there doesn't seem to be anything like specific you could distract it with.
Ina is just like, "Come at me!" and she starts to run down again.
You know what?
Fine.
Sometimes you just can't convince people.
Let her go. Let her go.
Stupid people will always be stupid.
Okay, so the dragon's not close to you, it's quite far. You can see it at a distance. You can see it is in a huge town square. So are you just running down the stairs towards it, sword drawn?
This is going to sound like a rather silly idea, but I propose that one of us goes with the reckless idiot currently descending down the stairs to go and distract the dragon, while the
I
other
can.
No, not you. You stay. Sit. While the rest of us.
I'm
go-
not a dog.
No, hang on a moment, Cerise. This could be a good opportunity for us to learn our sneaking. Now, we're not going to go running at it, are we, Izzy? Because we'll die, but perhaps
Sneaky.
we can be...
Take a little boy into a dragon fight.
Sneaking.
Well, he has to learn somehow.
Not with the dragon, Ayla.
He has the biggest grin on his face like now, like he's like limbering up, like.
And I imagine somewhere, I hope somewhere in Alar's Burglar's Pack, there will be something along the lines of perhaps... I can't see anything in there at the moment. I'm hoping for like a smoke
You
thing.
can't hope for much. Is River just help me? So
You have dropped whatever you're looking for.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I've got a hooded lantern. That's not going to create smoke. No, I just jump over the banister.
You don't want, say, a darkness spell.
Sorry.
You don't want, say, a darkness spell.
Well, no, I don't have that.
She's offering one, you fool.
Oh no, I was just going for a dramatic moment. I've just jumped off the banister. That will be my dramatic moment.
Okay, alright.
Izzy tries to run after you, and he... Nat ones, he completely falls over the side, like, over.
Face plants.
And he lands, like, as you land elegantly, like, superhero pose, he's just like, lying.
I lean over the banisher, like, you see it?
Well, that would be lesson 1, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Now where? We sneak.
Yes.
Sneaky.
Now,
I'm gonna start to follow not Ambi, Ina as well.
Okay, Ina's gone, you need to run.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
I'm picturing Ina like, she runs down.
Can I then grab Anson and be like, right, library it is, come on.
I am not going to the library whilst that is there.
You want to stay here and be burnt to a crisp rather than be in a
I
library?
won't be burned to a crisp because I'm not near the dragon right now.
The dragon's not going to just stay in that one little area, darling. This entire
It's
place
not
is-
doing anything at the moment. I am staying right here. And he sits
Can I roll
down.
a persuasion check?
What, sorry?
Can I roll a persuasion check?
Yeah, roll a persuasion. And I'm going to roll as well. Yep, you persuade him. He's just like, okay, like, and he sort of brushes himself off. And he's like, what about her?
Huh?
The hostage? Are we just gonna leave her here?
Yeah,
She's like propped up against the wall, like she's like not bothered, but pretty pissed off at the same time.
Anson, darling, she isn't important. Now, come on. The sooner we go to the library, then the sooner we can get out.
The library? Okay, what? I don't know why you want to go to the library now, but okay, I don't know where it is. We're gonna have to find someone and ask.
We need to, I thought you said, oh, for goodness.
I haven't been here before. This is my first visit to the place, and it's not impressing me.
Ayla know what it is, but
A
he
dragon is not impressive.
Not in my book.
Alright, look, how about this then? Slight compromise. I go and help everyone try and, dare I say it, take on the dragon. God help us. And
Oh, you are gonna die.
you go and find someone who knows where the library is. Out of reach, out of harm's way. Does that seem like a good compromise?
Out of harm's way. Like, and he just starts like rubbing his forehead, like.
Anson, darling, I'm the one subjecting myself to dragon fire. You know these cases.
Via your choice, not mine. I'm gonna wait here, and if someone comes, I will ask them where the library is. But until then, the logical thing to do is the dragon isn't looking at me. You have noticed that the dragon is no longer looking at you.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's not looking at me. I'm not chasing it if it's not interested in me.
Well, alright. Sit here and be like a coward then, I suppose. But
Okay. And he sits there.
at least let me finish my sentence.
I
Alright.
read books.
Yeah,
Don't live
I do,
them.
darling. That's why I was going to take you to the library. But
This
what
should still be in a book. Like, pointing to the dragon, like, it's not
What about
supposed to be there.
about me?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What about me?
What about you? You're voluntarily running to death.
Am I not supposed to be? You're not. Never mind. Sit there.
Why?
and
There's
talk-
people like you in books all the time. You're undead. Like, anyway, there is a dragon outside, and I'm going
I
to
just
lay low.
swat him on the- I'll just swat him on the back of the head and just follow everyone else, I guess.
Okay.
What the-
You're gonna have to really catch up because you have all split.
Okay, can I use can I use my mystic step, please?
Yes,
Thank you.
you catch up to Arathian.
Hello.
I'd like to think that Izzy and Ayla have disappeared.
They have disappeared. You are currently running down a small alleyway, and a small drake drops from the rooftop in front and lands right in front of you. Roll initiative.
Whoa. There's no way Ayla would have been running down the center of an alleyway. I'd be teaching him to stick to the shadows.
Yeah, no, you're in the shadows. It's coming down. This is a narrow, like, what's ever I've got alleyway.
Okay.
These things are the width of an alleyway. Roll initiative.
I believe in you. You can take them.
Okay, and Izzy. Izzy goes first.
Is Izzy also a wood elf?
Yes.
Is there any sort of mild cover? Like, wood elves can hide in, like, light rain. Is there anything we can use?
There is nothing. This is, like, just a open walkway. You can see the town square just in front of you. And as that Izzy, who's on, like, a hype, just gets his knife and throws it at this creature.
You stupid
Cheers.
child.
And it sort of bounces off. And he looks at you like, and then it is the Drake's turn. And it goes for Aylar. With a 19. I'm assuming that hits your armor class.
you know that is my armor class.
Okay, so let's roll. Can you please take 5 damage as it reaches out with its claws and slashes at you?
That's like a quarter of my health, so I'm probably gonna be in some way pretty wounded.
It's gonna be like, because you try and cover at the same time, so it grabs you and sort of scratches all the way up your shoulder and across your chest. And then it backs up and just snarls at you.
Ayla is gonna disengage, grab the child either by the arm or the throat or whatever's closest, and run.
Okay, can you roll me an athletics, please? Against mine. It's okay, because I got a nat 1. So you tear off in the opposite direction. Izzy sort of flailing, legs off the ground behind, and this dragon, like this Drake, completely loses you in the maze of alleyways that you run into.
And when we find a spot, I'm going to get him down and be like, right, now, for God's sake, Izzy.
What?
We stay hidden. We don't go bloody throwing knives at dragons like some sort of bloody hero.
You did it to Ina. I was just trying to knock it out. That's what you do.
No, Izzy.
I saw you do it and I copied.
Yeah, no, yeah, but Ina isn't a dragon, Izzy.
Well, I don't know. She's got a temper on her.
Do you know why I threw the dagger at Ina?
Did you say something bad?
No, she was trying to do what you are doing right now, which is throw yourself at a dragon like an idiot.
Oh. So I didn't help.
Not this time, Izzy. Not this time at all. If you want to help, you need to stay close, you need to pay attention to what I'm saying and you need to learn.
Okay. And he's just... You're bleeding a
Yeah.
lot.
Yes, that's what happens when we don't stick together and stick to the shadows.
Was that my fault?
Yes, Izzy.
Oh. I won't do it again.
Good. This is serious. We could die out here.
Can I go back and get my knife?
I want to check around the corner and see if the Drake's gone.
Okay, as you weave around, the Drake is gone.
Okay,
It's
now,
obviously seen another person run across, terrifying, and sort of gone, ooh, I'm gone after that.
right, now, stick to me. Yes, we'll go and get your knife back, and then we're going to climb to the rooftops and use the shadows of the chimneys to move around like thieves.
Okay.
So we'll go and collect his dagger, and then I'll start showing him... I'm basically going to be trying to teach him the feat second story work as we go.
Okay, so you climb up, and Izzy's going to roll athletics. And he gets a 12, so he scrambles up after you. He slips a couple of times, but he catches himself.
Yeah, I'd probably like either have him...
Boards at the roof, and you grab him at the last second, and you put him up. Onto the
Yeah,
roof.
I was going to say, I'd probably either have him like ahead of me or to the side of me so I could help him and point out holds and stuff, but... That's
What
cool.
you see from the rooftop, all the streets are flooded with people, and there are drakes. There are lots of drakes, and they are chasing all these people. And those who aren't being chased by drakes are running towards a building in the distance that is on fire, like raging fire, and they're trying to put it out.
Okay. Do as I do. And Aylar is going to start using all the cover of the rooftops that he knows well and just showing Izzy the ways to like hide in the dip between two roofs and all of that sort of thing.
He copies your every move. He slips up a couple of times, but the drakes are pretty
I'm
distracted.
also, like, while everyone else is genuinely running towards the dragon, I'm not, Aylar's not an idiot. He is not taking Izzy to the dragon. We are just going on a little adventure so Izzy feels part of it.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Can you roll me an insight, please? No, perception, please. You notice that every now and then the dragon looks back towards the rooftops where you are hiding. Okay, so what is Sharice and Warathlian doing?
We shall be hunting down Ina.
Yeah.
You're following it.
we'll be-
Ina, you can more hear than anything because she is screaming, running towards the creature.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Ina is probably in front of them quite a bit.
Yeah, you are
She-
ahead
she's
quite a
dashing.
bit.
I'm just constantly cursing underneath my breath, like, no, God damn it. As I'm just running towards the
Wow,
dragon, but
all
why
this gold
am I
is
doing
for
this?
me.
Why couldn't I stay back in the woods or in a swamp, wherever I was for the past 100 years? Why am I fighting a dragon?
And Isriva chimes in. I think Cerise feels left out. I think she needs a young blue dragon to fight. Or just a dragon. Not trying to kill Cerise, of course, and he donates £10 for the specific bad thing of a young blue dragon.
Of a young blue dragon.
Oh, dear.
Therewith. Okay, so where is Sharice? No, Sharice, you tail behind a little bit.
Do I know?
Yes, you do. In fact, you trip over your lovely
Oh.
flowing robes as Warathlian doesn't notice as you head on. You both run out
Very
into
bad.
the square, and a huge, huge to you compared to you've seen the drakes and things like that running about, and a blue dragon lands in front of you, snarling.
Oh, shit. Well, alright. Let's see what I can do.
Can you roll initiative, please? So who goes first? I got a 13. A 4. Okay. This dragon runs forward towards you and screeches. It's not quite a roar, this is like a screech. And it creates like a mirage. And suddenly it's as if to you it splits in two. And you are with two blue dragons.
Alright.
You see a claw swipe across towards you. There's 11 beat your armor class.
Damn, it is my armor class.
It is your armor class. Okay, so
I'm not worried because I have a great ability when I get reduced to 0 hit points. So.
gonna need it. Please take 38 damage. I'm going by the book.
Oh, snap.
I'm assuming.
Oh.
Okay, so you don't quite see where this claw comes from because you can't tell. It's almost like a haze. Everything is around you, and you feel a massive force hit you,
Yeah.
and you smack into the side wall and crumple like a ragdoll on the floor.
Yeah. Here's when one of my wonderful skeleton traits comes in, and it's called Bone Pile. So when I'm reduced to 0 hit points but not killed outright, I can drop to 1 hit point instead. If I do, I reduce myself to a pile of bones, render myself prone, and are considered to be under a similar effect to feigned death.
Okay, so there's like a nice little, if anyone walks down there now, there'll be a nice little pile of bones with like a nice little cape draped around it, and this dragon almost seeing like, ugh, and just like slumps off towards more people.
Snap.
And Baratheon, what are you doing?
Would I have noticed this?
You will, if you roll a perception, please, to see if you've actually noticed in the chaos if Charisse is no longer behind you.
Perception. That's 18.
Yes, you turn around and you're like, she was right behind you, like she was on your tail, and not like, no pun intended, because you do have a tail. But she was right on your tail. And you've turned around and she's disappeared. You see people like flooding the streets as they cross you, just trying to escape from these drakes.
Would I see the pile of, I guess, clothes?
You have left the sort of like alley type thing that.
Okay, I will backtrack because.
Okay.
You run. Anyways.
You run back down the alleyway, and can you roll another perception for me, please? I want to see if you actually see these bones.
Oh, that's 20.
You see in the corner a little pile of bones that look to you a lot like Charisse in the corner with her cloak, and you recognise the buckle on the cloak.
I shall collect that and bring that with me, I guess. Yes, I don't know how her undead parts work, so to speak. So, or do I? No, I don't.
Leg bones connected to the knee bones.
Exactly.
You scoop up Charisse in a very sort of like open a bag and shuffle her in.
I will use her cloak as a bag.
So you've slung her over the shoulder. I'd like to point out Charisse can still talk at this point. So there is a skull chatting in this makeshift stack you've managed to do. Right, so Ina, you have been sprinting. You have been running towards this big open like town square and cobbled streets, and you come to a skidding halt as you come before this huge building with this even larger dragon clutched to it. And this building looks like it's shifting slowly underneath the weight of it all. And it just looks down at you.
Okay, I have my sword and my shield and just start with like yelling at it. Like, do you remember me? Do you remember the people you killed?
People are looking at you like, what is this nutter doing? Because everyone else is like fleeing and you're there like, in the corner of this huge town square.
Yeah, she's just like, I waited for this day to come.
It leans down, and it is still quite far away from you, but you can feel its hot breath like leave through its nostrils as it huffs at you, and it opens up its huge mouth and just roars at you.
I stand my ground.
As you do this, you feel bits of phlegm like hit you in the face and on your body as your hair is like flapping back with this like wave of
intimidation roll on the dragon.
I stand my ground.
I got a nat 20. Yeah. So you can stand your ground, but you're just like, whoa. Yeah.
Standing my ground.
Can everyone apart from Ina remove their headset? Ali, stick your fingers in your ears, or if you have to listen, you have to listen. You're a bag of bones. Adam, headset off. Okay, so as this happens, you feel slightly stunned, and it leaves this tower or building it's on, and you can feel the ground shake as it steps down and circles you, putting its head right next to yours.
I'm prepared to hit it, but holding
you are prepared your emotion, and it looks at you and it's like, Ina, Child of the Architects,
What?
we meet a second time.
Oh, indeed we do.
And it, like, if a dragon could smile, you'd see this big toothy smile. And it sort of encircled you with its whole body, tail wrapped round and everything. And you can feel the heat of it. It's like you feel like you're breaking a sweat just being close to this creature. It says, "You carry the light and the dark. Do not let the dark consume you, as it has others before you.
The dark?
We have returned to this world once more. We heeded your call. You, Ina, seek to destroy us. And some of us you must, for he has some in his clutches. The Guardians have returned again, and so must the Riders."
What are you saying? I haven't called anyone.
But you have. You have, Ina. The Riders must return as we have. Act fast, child of the Architect. In between, the in-between is loosening already.
What's the in-between?
The in-between, the veil, the plane, the altar plane, where the monsters come through. I have given you some time. Do not waste it. And as this happens, he pushes up off of the ground, huge wings. Like, so everyone actually put your headsets back on. Really? Neither of you are gonna get it? As this happens, you see the dragon, it pushes off from the ground. Its huge wings, like, Ina falls to the floor with the amount of, like, air that is pushed towards her. And it takes off. It shoots off into the sky.
Come back! I'm not finished with you!
And it takes off into the distance.
Don't worry, guys. I chased it away.
As well, while this is going on, Alar's going to be just like gradually sneaking Izzy further and further away from the chaos.
Yep, you can do that. That's absolutely fine.
So I just saw the dragon fly away.
You came skidding in to the square with your little bag of bones as you see Ina. Basically, she is tiny compared to this dragon. This dragon cannot stand freely in this square. Like, there are limbs and stuff like pressed up against the walls. It's a big ass dragon. And yeah, you see it take off.
What the hell is going on?
You hear a bag talk.
Did you kidnap someone?
Well, Ina might. Not Ina. The little dragon. The dragon. I'm lost somehow.
Whilst this is happening, Ina, you also do feel you feel the burning, like a burning sensation in the pocket where the stone sits.
I wanna. Which stone is it?
The goddess stone.
I'm gonna check which stone is the hot one.
Okay. This is your brother's stone that is burning and searing in your pack.
Okay, I take it up. I'm still kind of covering it. I don't want Baratheon to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can you roll a sleight of hand for me on that, please?
Perception for me?
Yep, you can roll a perception against it.
Perception 21.
Oh no.
Okay, you think Ina's obviously trying to hide something discreetly, but you don't get to see what it is.
Okay.
What you got there?
It's personal, and she's holding it like really close, and I want to look at it.
You're gonna look at it?
Yeah.
Okay, you can just feel it really burning in your hand, and it seems to have a slight shimmer wave over it. You haven't seen it do this before.
Is it like pulsating, or is it?
No,
just...
it's like you know when you tilt a mirror and light just sort of casts across it. It's sort of like that.
Can I try to angle it and sort of rotate?
You can move around, but it seems to go in the same direction each time.
What do you mean, sort of?
So no matter how you tilt the stone or anything, the sheen goes the same way every single time.
Always to the north, so to speak.
Yeah, can I try to follow it?
It doesn't point anywhere. This is literally just a sheen on the stone. However, you do feel it start to cool down as the dragon leaves.
Oh, okay. I put it back in my pockets.
Okay. Aylar, you will have seen this dragon leave. You and Izzy can see what just happened from a distance, because you kept him at a fair distance. And the drakes have started to disappear and leave. People are still trying to fight the fire.
I run and try to help them.
Okay, are you sort of directing people, like showing them where the well is? Okay. As you do this, it's like such a terrible place, such a beautiful place to be burned to the ground. And there's like, were there any survivors? And you hear just like people sort of muttering things like that as they fill anything they have with water to take with you.
Yeah.
Is there like a water tower or anything nearby?
Yeah, there's wells. There are wells strategically placed around you. Not only that, don't forget, this is like a floating city. You can go down one of the streets and scoop up water.
Okay, I take anything I can find, like a bucket or helmet or something. And
there is so many things. There are boxes laying around. There's just so many things.
How many buildings are on fire?
It seems to be just one. Like, it looks like the fire may have spread a little bit, but almost unintentionally. This place seems to have been set fire to on purpose.
Would this recognize the place that was described to Aylar as the library?
No.
Fantastic.
Is it...
You do, in fact, roll perception for me, please.
Sorry, me.
Anyone.
I'll do it.
Do it.
Perception 18.
Oh, that's a 2!
Is anyone else rolling, sorry?
18.
18? Okay, and you will remember all of a sudden that in that direction was Dr. Mangeli's estate.
His office. Okay.
Well, Izzy, I think it's time we rejoined the group.
Okay, are you going to just like hop down the side of the wall or climb off the roof?
I think what I'll do is I'll try and teach him a quick way of getting down from a roof. So I'll look for maybe a line or something that he can slide along to get down quickly.
He does that. He drops a little bit at the very end, falls over a tiny bit, but he's absolutely fine. And he gets up and he's quite pleased with himself. And he's like, "We did it! We destroyed the dragon!" Like, he's got this whole fantasy in his head that's not quite real, but he believes it. So
good enough.
Are you sure he's a tiny Ayla? I think he's more of a tiny Ina.
he's something
combination.
Yeah. God damn it. I think Aylar would make a snide comment as well, something along the lines of, "Oh yes, I'm so glad. Here was me thinking we were thieves, but instead we're actually adventurers, champions who slay knights."
Oh no, I can thieve too.
And he produces this apple from his pocket.
No one was looking.
Can someone get me out of here, or is that too much to ask?
What is that? Oh my god, your bag's talking.
It's not my bag.
Like, Izzy goes up and just starts jabbing the bag.
Stop that. I pull the bag away from him. So to speak.
I don't understand.
I wouldn't worry about that if I were you, Izzy. I think it might be one of them talking pinatas or something like that.
I'm going to kill you when I get out of here, Ayla.
Sounds like an angry pinata.
Yeah, well, they often are. They're doomed to be hit with sticks.
Don't you dare! Don't you
Do we have a
dare.
stick?
No.
Don't do it, little child.
Where's the other one? Where's the skeleton?
Probably in the bag, Izzy.
In here!
He looks absolutely mortified by this. He's like,
She's in the bag.
I can put
Why is she? Why would you put her in a bag?
Well,
Exactly.
I think the rest of her body's probably useless by this point. We might as well just keep the skull with us and carry on.
to be.
One of the guys. So how do we make you whole again there, Charisse?
Let me out of the bag and I can do it myself, thank you.
And
Yeah,
Ayla,
release her from a bag.
can Ayla help? Ayla wants to like grab.
Someone in a like a not well lit area maybe.
Ayla wants to try and.
This is early morning, so the sun is coming up.
Am
Ayla,
I there or?
I guess there's a lot of people still running around, so I don't want to be.
I'm sorry, I didn't hit
crowded.
either of you.
There's a lot of people running around, so I don't want it to be in a well
Don't
populated
you
area.
do it, Scott. I fucking see you.
Ali-
Am I here or am I somewhere else?
thank you,
You
Tas
sort of-
Chap,
oh.
for the donation. 100 bits to give Ali a advantage.
Yeah.
Ina, you do see this, but you've just had this encounter with the dragon, and now you're helping people with water, and so you see your wonderful rabble over there, going rabbling over there because you see a bag that seems to be shaking off the back of Baratheon, and there's a child poking it, and Aylar has got the biggest grin on his face.
As he's going to try and grab the skull and do the. I thought just let me out. I can't put my sides again. So.
I am going to kill you when I get myself back together.
Izzy is laughing. Izzy is like stomach hold, and he's
If you
bent
try to go
over
for the skull of
laughing.
his hand.
Oh.
And I'm gonna roll a 14 save, plus 5.
Mhm.
Roll 20 to 9, so okay, I'm just gonna add 5 on to it, but how to do the plus 5, so yeah. I did what that did, right, okay. Let's roll a
I-
save.
What?
What did you say?
It says I've got to roll a 14 save to get that together and get 5 HP back.
Okay.
Should I just roll a con save with advantage? That'll be easier, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure, Adam. What do you think?
Just roll your Constitution save. What's the
Yeah,
issue?
Constitution save.
With advantage. Okay.
There you go.
So I'm back.
18.
Bones reanimate with 5 HP. There we go. Well,
Okay, so you're all stood in the town square, effectively.
I got a question. My heals, can they heal undead? I might even just tell them in the spells.
I would
No,
say
does not affect undead.
it does not affect the undead. Okay.
Never mind.
I'm like pulling on all my gloves and all my like out my robes and my clothes and stuff again. Just kind of thinking about the mysterious glare that a skeleton can possess.
Mm.
And I'm going to remember this for later. Thank you.
I'm not sure if someone in your house has just started playing Bejeweled or something, but you're starting to get really difficult to understand again.
Let's just say, I'm not going to forget this, and then I'll sort of look around and sort of go, wait, where's the dragon gone?
I took care of it, and she continues to take out the fire.
You took care of it. Baratheon, what actually happened?
I actually don't know. The dragon just flew away.
Oh, so it didn't die. Oh, thank goodness. And can I...
No. She's not that good.
Can I run over to Ina and very gently just take her face in my hand and just sort of go, You're right, yes? And I kind of sort of like turn her face slightly to sort of, you're not burnt, you're not hurt, everything's all in working order, yes?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You're sure you're
I
fine?
I have full HP. No. Yeah, I'm fine.
so
You
meta.
can hurt me.
Okay.
You seem to, be not quite so good. Did you take a hit?
Happens all the time, darling. We're not going to talk about the time a cow once charged and I crumpled into a small pile that took weeks to get myself back together in the swamp. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm fine, but you're sure you're alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. We do need to talk later though, but you probably want to, change your appearance to human because right now you're a skeleton and there's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Sharish quickly whips her head up. Just cast alter self and human appears.
All right, great. Can you get the other guys to help me put out this fire?
This fire is almost out now. This is like the whole town are putting out this fire.
Oh, they're doing some work.
There is a lot of
Really?
people. This was a very important place to them.
Can I see what place it is?
It is Dr. Mangeli's estate.
Oh, do I know this?
Yep.
Oh,
We
then
came
I
from
didn't.
there.
Oh, then I didn't help them. Everything.
You've just about looked at it. So you have been feeding like buckets of water and now you sort of spot.
It's like, oh, I dropped the bucket. Like, oh.
I thought that was an out of town and not in town.
It is out of town, but you can see it in the distance. You will know that was where it came from.
I actually want to go and.
With a long chain then, or what?
Sorry?
Well, you said that the Mangelis was on fire.
Yes.
And we were in the middle of the town, I assumed. I thought.
Oh, there's just lots of people. There are lots
There's
and lots
a long
of people.
chain.
Not just a chain. No, this is people just grabbing water wherever they can.
Okay.
Because the streets are water in most of the places.
I'm actually want to go and ask around, like go to a person and hello.
They're like that. You see, like a youngish lady holding a bucket. Like, yes, like she's like, why did you stand up to that dragon? You
Someone
could have
had to.
died.
I could have, but I didn't. That's my.
But you did.
She kind of like.
She's like in a little bit of awe. Like,
yeah.
wow.
Like that's my second dragon encounter, but that's not important.
I didn't know they exist. Well, it's impossible. I'm still not sure if I know.
Yeah,
I'll wake up in a minute. Come on, Barbara. Yeah. Like she sort of like fans herself.
Oh, Barbara, you're doing great with putting out this house. I'm just gonna ask who lives here.
Oh, the good doctor. Our last doctor died, and this wonderful man came and took over, and has helped people of the city since. So we can't let his house go. Well,
oh
it's
no,
sort
absolutely
of a bit
not.
of rubble.
How long has he been working here?
I'd say about 20 years, 25 years.
Oh, he's really committed to his cause. Tell me, how many people worked here?
Worked with him.
Yeah, an assistant or.
I know he had a very lovely an assistant. She was very nice. Otherwise, I'll be honest, I didn't really pay attention. We went in there if we were sick, and then we left if we weren't.
Tell me, no one was in there while the house started burning, right?
Well, I hope so. Like, no one's found any body. We can't think like that. He is somewhere, and he is safe, and it will be fine.
If you find him, let me know where he is, because I got a sore throat.
He's a very good man. I'm sure he could help with that.
Oh, excellent. Carry on. And she walks away.
She's just like, oh, okay. And then Kate takes the bucket and hurries off.
Okay, I go back to the party.
I've turned my human head, and I sort of thumb my way behind us, sort of We should probably go and get Amston, shouldn't we? Poor man's probably scared witless up there.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he does need to go to the library, doesn't he? I'll go and start looking for the building that. Hey, mate, who told me about the building? Was it the goddess?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't told anyone about this at all, have I?
You have been asleep, sir.
So guys, before that dragon appeared,
Wait, Ayla, what happened to you? You look terrible.
Yes.
You are like bleeding, like you haven't done anything about this.
Yes.
I just realized he's not gonna cast a healing spell on me.
Oh, Ayla, I knew you would put up a fight.
Thank you, Waraflian, and I was like,
By the way,
I will literally, I'll turn to Ina, I'll just be like, yes, I do look awful, don't I? All that chasing dragons, and I'll shoot a very pointed look at Izzy.
Oh.
did you run away?
I guess you have a pretty big challenge ahead of you, Ayla.
Being.
You ran away, didn't you?
Do I look like a champion or a warrior or an armor? I'm alive. Yes, I ran away. How else would I be alive?
No. Nice. I just sort of give his head like a little ruffle and just. Well, like glad to see you're all still mostly here.
How attached are your bones right now? Like, if I was to kick one of your feet away.
They're attached.
She hasn't got full health.
How hurt were your scratches?
Only 5. Only 5.
Only 5. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Julius gives his hair like a little like when you mess up someone's hair, she just messed it up quickly and sort of starts walking in the direction of Izzy's house. Just I guess I'll go and get the priest if everyone else wants to wait here.
Would a 15 be enough to steal something of Cerese's, like her gloves or something?
Yeah, you probably could. I would have said you sort of you could pull the hood down and maybe steal a glove or something. As she goes,
and I'm just really gonna pettily just throw it at her.
I just turn around, it hits me in the face, and I'm just like, thank you for that. Just pulling my glove back on. When did you actually? I just give him a quick before I just turn around and continue on.
I'm so glad all you guys are okay. And I actually go to Ayla and sort of put my arms around him and just lift him up.
You hear in the distance. You hear, ha!
Yes, I suppose I'm pleased you haven't been burnt to a crisp by a dragonina.
Oh, thank you.
I'm also very surprised. That was incredibly stupid.
What can I say? It was personal.
Death
you
often
feel a
is.
little like tug on your sleeve, Ayla. Like, when are we gonna get some breakfast?
We just ate. Didn't we ate before we went to bed?
Had a little bit.
Yeah.
And now it's coming up to early morning. The sun has been coming up.
You literally just showed me that you had an apple, Izzy. You can't be hungry.
It's just an apple. I'm talking about real food.
Oh, don't worry. We can go and grab something to eat.
We will?
Yeah.
Because I know
Yeah,
a
we will.
great baker that we can steal a loaf of bread.
No. We're gonna come. I'm gonna teach you about economics. And
Ina,
for what now?
let me just stop you there. If there's one thing this child will not need to learn about, I can assure you it will be economics. And we'll go and head off to that bakery and try and steal a loaf of bread.
What's an economic?
Ayla,
you eat
please.
it?
No, but you can buy food for it. Ayla, surely you must know everything about money and economics when you steal it, right?
But you just take it.
I'm with
No.
the boy on this one, Ina.
Like they're both looking at you like,
What?
Only steal the things you need and you never have a problem.
And I'm hungry and I need it.
Let's go off to that bakery.
To the bakery!
and he marches off.
Ina takes his hand and like, oh, we're gonna buy bread. And
We're gonna sneaky some bread.
So, okay, whilst your dear Auntie Ina goes to the counter, we will steal the bread.
Okay.
And he's like really excited.
Ayla, I swear to God, I will rent you out if you do.
Ina, this is my profession. What do you want me to do?
Are you coming or what?
You have a lot of money, Ayla. You don't need to steal things.
Ah.
Yeah.
And you see Izzy tear off into the
Ina,
distance.
and I'm going to let him because I'm like, Ina, what do you mean I have money? I have no money whatsoever. I've been pickpocketing you this whole time to pay for our bar tabs.
Once.
Twice.
Ina is like, I'm gonna get you.
Evil eye there.
Ayla, I'm gonna get you. One more time, and I gotta take your pointy ear and drag you to the guards.
Oh, like you did with that dead body. Were they interested?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to be that dead body, Ayla?
Surely, Ina, you put thievery above murder. Surely it's a much more commendable than murder. I wouldn't put it past your goody two-shoes self to heal me by accident or something.
You haven't seen how bad I can be, Ayla.
Clearly.
As you guys are like arguing a little bit and discussing this, you see Izzy come back around the corner with an armful of bread, like shoved up his like tunic and everything. He looks quite like bulky, but not in like a normal way. There's definitely loaves of bread down a tunic, and he's just like got a mouthful, and he's like, "You want one?"
Wait, that will. No. And she sort of runs towards him, take him by the shoulders, turn him around like, we're gonna go and pay for that.
And Ayla's going to go and grab Ina. Grab her by the shoulders, turn her around.
Okay, can you both do a sleight of hand, please, for a start?
Ooh.
Okay, so you do grab him. Oh no, sorry, that's Ayla. Okay, so Ina does sort of lightly grab Izzy, but quickly is like fiercely grabbed by Ayla and is turned round, and Izzy is utterly confused. He's like,
I'm gonna take him like a hug in both hands and just be like, now, Ina, I think one of the things you're gonna have to understand when you start having a brother in something along the lines of a thieves guild is that thievery just happens. It's a part of every city's economics. Is part thievery is a part of it. That's why people get insurance. We're factored into the system.
And I'm
You want it or not?
I'm the factor of the system that will rent you out. And she takes him and turns around.
just having a fight in the street. Izzy's broken away from you two. Like he's just watching and eating, and he's like offering it to Arathian, who is like stood next to him.
Ina is holding his shoulder. If he
wants
to get out of Ina's like grip, he has to roll like a strength or something because he's
Izzy.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would have done a dex really.
What's your roll?
Maybe.
It'll be impressive if you fail it, but yeah, just roll a strength for your grip on Ayla.
That one. No.
Yeah, no, you have firm hold of Ayla. Like, you're both holding on to each other, like, arguing in the middle of the street.
No. This is holding on to... I'm not holding on... Like, I'm not holding on to Ayla. I'm holding on to Izzy's shoulder. And I'm trying to break free from Ayla and walk Izzy back to the bread store or market.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to remove Ina's sword and just throw it to the side of the road.
You can with a 15, because her hands aren't, like, on...
Like, just mild inconvenience.
Yeah.
Ina, like, looks at you, drops Izzy... No, she actually brings Izzy with her to the sword, grabs one... Still has one hand on Izzy's shoulder, picks up the sword and like...
Oh, hang on. I didn't pay for it.
Did you pay for it?
Yeah.
Like, and he looks a bit upset. He's like, you said I should pay for it.
Oh, you did? You did?
Yeah.
With what money?
Your money.
My money.
Well, Ayla taught me to pickpocket.
Did it actually roll for that?
Yes, I did.
Gosh darn it. Ina's gonna be broke.
Gonna be already.
But then he's like, I got you one. And he gets like this really nice, almost like chocolatey pastry out. And he's like, there you go.
Well, Izzy, and she sort of jumps down. And she looks really, really like, Izzy, it is bad to steal.
He does it.
Yeah.
And
he's a
I'm
bad-
his apprentice.
Yeah, and he's a bad person, and you're a bad apprentice if you continue with that. Yeah. No,
I gotta make it tricky.
Izzy, look at me. Look at me. If you, I just told you that we were going to buy bread. So
I did. I bought the bread.
Yeah, but for my money.
But wasn't that what you were going to do anyway?
Yeah, it was. So why did you steal from me?
Because I thought I'd be quicker at it. You guys were arguing.
Well, if you stood by my side and actually argued for the right thing with me, then it would have gone even faster.
It's called efficient economics.
No, it's called stealing because you're a bad person and bad. If you want to be a good
I
person,
borrowed without permission. You were going to spend it on bread anyway.
but you have to ask before you take the money. Easy.
He looks at her and he's like,
I'm so confused.
like he doesn't.
You see, we saved your life. We saved you from the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't upset people who are nice to you and who are your friend, alright?
I wasn't trying to.
No, but if you steal from me, I will get upset. Okay?
Okay.
So don't do it. If you need money, ask, and I will lend you some, alright?
Okay.
Alright, and now run off and go and play with Varathlo's tail.
So,
Something.
And he does.
And he takes the sword and
He's
turn around to Ayla.
He is effectively, I'm assuming, is Warathlian going along with this? Is he just circling for a bit whilst he chases the tail?
I would easily let him. Because I got away with kids.
Okay,
So, that was my lesson to the kid. Now I'm gonna teach
And he
that
didn't listen.
how to wield a sword. Ayla, come here.
oh,
okay,
sister dear, I think we both know I know how to wield a sword. I just choose not to most of the time.
Is that a challenge?
If you want it to be a challenge.
oh my god, yes. Fight.
You're in the middle of a high street. People have started to leave this town square because it's still early morning and people have been putting out fires. They're probably knackered and that sort of thing. So you are effectively at, oh my god, you're like pistols at dawn. That's what you're doing. You are doing the medieval version of pistols at dawn.
I'm imagining at this point, Cherise has just started to walk backward and just sort of going, look, see, I told you it would all work out. See, look at you, got a scratch on you. And as she sort of turns her head, her smile just drops a couple of millimeters, like, oh, the rash again. Oh, come on.
So,
And sort of,
I imagine Ayla would probably do a fencer's salute and just offer the terms, free touches, no aiming for the head or face.
I lean into Varathlian. Are they fighting again?
They haven't stopped since you left.
Oh,
She puts out her sword and shield and like, let's go.
How are we doing this duel? Are we just doing like
Yeah.
weapon roll versus weapon roll, or?
You're going to stand and do a proper like sibling slap battle.
Can I just step in and break it up?
You can. Izzy is still chasing your tail as you move across.
It's time to stop this silliness.
Oh,
pass Aspen some popcorn.
No, there's only one thing I'm gonna stop, and that's the thief.
Oh my lord.
Do you really think you can stop someone who has been a thief for 250 years?
pretty close. Yes, Warathlian. That's pretty accurate actually.
Well, at
You
least
can't change a man's...
let's do. Or are you in the way?
Can't teach an old elf new tricks.
Enid, darling, let's be honest. And I sort of put one very soft hand on her shoulder, sort of thing. I mean, a man with a head as thick as that, you're not going to change his mind, alright? Now,
This is neither the time nor the place.
let's go and do what we need to do here, which is something, and then move on. Because I'm quite frankly, I've had enough of this Jurassic World.
So, what are you guys doing?
Anyone got a plan?
Waiting to see what Ina does.
Or is Baratheon still in the way?
I am in the middle.
And he's quite big
I can
as well.
easily stare you down if you want to, too.
It's like a wall has just stepped in front of you. A very shiny one.
Technically, if Warathlian is within 5 feet of Ina and opposing her from having combat, that would give me sneak attack.
What, are you just going to stand around and try and jab her from the corner?
I will push you away with my tail.
Yeah, no, I was just joking, but technically, on the
But if you
technicality.
You would have a tail in your chest, pushing you away.
He'll make being broken up look quite casual. He'll sort of drop the rapier so it's sort of like is hanging loosely in his hand. It will look casual, but it'll be very easy to take up again should anything happen. Now, Ina, I'm sure we can get along. Like Warathlian says, I've been at this for over 250 years. And, frankly, you wouldn't be the first goody two-shoes to try and turn me in.
But maybe I would be the last. But we can take this one later, Ayla.
We certainly can.
Oh, I look forward to it, sister dearest.
Ugh.
And I put away my sword.
Ayla will yawn and make putting away his sword part of the yawn.
You two are delightfully disgusting. Now come on, let's get a move on with whatever we need to do.
Indeed. And I'm going to try and catch up with Izzy for a private word.
Okay, well, he was kind of chasing Warathlian's tail. So
as we all start walking, I'm going to get right down next to him and quietly whisper into his ear, well, I think one thing we've learned today is that if we're going to talk about thieving or thievery, we don't do it in front of Auntie Ina.
Okay.
As far as Auntie Ina is concerned, we are upright, well-standing citizens that always pay for their goods and services and never do any thieving whatsoever. Agreed?
Okay.
And also, this does also highlight another thing to me. You may, in your time as a thief, you will be required to handle weapons, and perhaps it's about time we started training you in how to use them, lest you hurt someone by accident.
Okay. Don't you just stab them with the pointy end?
No, that would be how you kill people, and we don't do that, do we?
Okay. Yeah, but you can poke them other places that won't kill them.
That's true, you can poke to wound. We'll go through it all later on. I'll teach you the graceful art of a fencer.
Okay. Do I get a sword like yours if I do?
Only if you do very well. I wasn't gifted my sword until after 50 years of training.
Oh. Do I have to wait that long?
Don't worry, dear boy, the years will fly by.
Okay. So we're going to learn to train. No, we're going to train to fight. And don't tell Auntie Ina.
Yes, that is exactly.
And he's just like, okay.
Can I see that Aylar's crouched down to speak with a thing?
if you do a perception for me, because he's been quite sneaky about it.
Sneaky.
Yeah, you see him chatting to Izzy.
Okay, can I reach up a leg and can I kick him over?
So against a dexterity save from a strength roll to kick him over.
Who's kicking what?
Okay, as
knock
he's
her leg
very
out. Come
aware
on,
that you're
knock her leg
trying-
out.
Okay, describe what happens. That's a nat 1. So
Yeah, as I see the leg come to trip me, I'm going to try and kick it so that it disconnects from the shin and the leg just flies off.
You succeed, and it sails across to the other side of the road.
Oh my lord! Now I'm just a human with a leg that's.
Charisse, you are now hopping.
One leg.
That broke your concentration. He just kicked you in the leg. Your leg went sailing across the street. You're lucky it's very early in the morning.
I swat Ayla on the arm before I hop over and try and restrain and I just sort of sit down against the wall and you can just hear me muttering.
I would assume one would see this.
Oh yeah, no, we're actually, and you see this. In fact, because you're like slightly ahead, what you see is just a leg pass over your head and land slightly in front of you.
And then I turn around and say, "Could you please stop trying to draw some attention to us? I am enough for that."
So where are we going?
Putting a leg back on.
Where are we going?
The kid got a good question.
Well,
We're gonna get more
We
breakfast.
should probably go and get oh no, I forgot his name.
Anston.
I have news. Yes, we should go and get Anston, but before
Answer
we
is next to Charisse.
No.
Charisse didn't she go and get him?
Oh, when did you go get him?
When they were fighting.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can't hear you.
I
Sorry.
was silent the entire time.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't hear you say that, sorry.
so,
the audio.
okay, in that case, then I will say in front of Anston, I guess. So last night, the goddess from the temple visited me whilst I meditated. She gave me the location of the library.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Where is it?
It is not. It is the old town hall, which is opposite the new town hall above the new library.
Hang on, wait, this is Anston. Like, are you saying it is under the hang on, the library, the new library?
Now, I can't remember quite whether it was under the new library or under the town hall opposite the new library. It was definitely in the old town hall, though, and under the old town hall and not under the new town hall, which might be part of the old town hall.
Okay, I'm just going to remind Ayla that there was a new town hall built on top of the new town hall, which was next to the new library, and he was told that there was the old library was underneath.
See, now, just saying at the end there that the old library was underneath means that it could have been
Sorry,
underneath any one of
the
them.
new library, underneath the new library.
Ah, yes, yeah, so it was underneath the new library.
You mean the building the dragon just landed on?
Hold on.
Because we can go in there.
I thought that was the doctor's library. What?
No, the doctor, that was burnt down in the distance.
Okay, right. So, okay, then yes.
I'm confused too where the creatures are.
Exactly where you say. The dragon was standing on top of the library. And did anyone else get the weird sensation that it was looking at them? Because I most certainly did.
Yes. About
Confirmed.
that. Did you know dragons can speak? Because I didn't know that.
Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. There are, why wouldn't birds speak? Like, it's spoken common.
Well, dragons are intelligent creatures.
It doesn't mean they have the...
I just want to say you were chatting about all of this in a high street, which is starting to get busier.
So, Aloy can go, Ina, dear sister, let's not agitate the Dragonborn about what dragons can and can't do in the middle of the high street, shall we? Why don't we go on to the library and discuss things in the nice, peaceful, quiet, silent locations of the library?
Fair enough. You should remember that next time you start to talk about visions and gods speaking to you. Let's go.
Crazy
Okay,
people.
so
like
you guys head to the library, and it's a bit worse where there are people like putting bits back together. A lot of them probably still in shock. They're not really. It's like people haven't acknowledged what's happened. It's like they're still trying to go around their daily business. But you enter this library, and as you enter, there is a beautiful, almost like a great hall with like a marble floor. and the ceiling, and from wall to ceiling are huge bookcases with ladders going up, to get the higher level books. And there are other corridors of bookcases disappearing into the far distance. This is a huge building.
Okay, is it a good place to talk, or is it crowded?
It's not crowded. There's like a very grizzled old lady at the desk who, like, if you make noise, she probably shush you. But there are tables where you could probably
Always
back.
gonna shush me.
Yeah. As you walk past, she's just like, what the, as you sort of stomp all the way through, she glares at you.
I just want to mention that when Ina walks by, she got armor, so all she can hear is like,
you guys are very noisy, so like Charissa's, as much as she might have cast something else on her again, you can hear like the clacking of the feet bones like on the thing in this echoing hall. You've got a stomping dragonborn, you've got and then you've got a fully armored woman who is making lots of noise. The only person who moves quite quietly is Alar, and Izzy would be silent apart from the fact that he's just bitten into another apple.
And Ashton, I guess he's
Anston is walking around like he has just walked into his dream. He's just like, oh my, are you seeing how many books there are? Like, and Taryn is sort of just following at his heel.
Okay, should I continue now? Is this good? I wanna roll perception and see if anyone's.
Yeah, roll perception.
I shall do the same actually. And that's
11.
23.
Oh gosh.
Okay, yeah, you see there's no one around. There's a couple of empty tables with some books that have been opened. Obviously, they were read and probably abandoned in the rush of the dragon. So, yeah, you guys can sit down.
Okay. So
the goddess came to you?
Oh yeah, let's start with that.
Yeah, she just directed me here, pretty much. I think that was pretty much everything. There was some other stuff, you know how she is. She's pleasant.
Okay, so there's supposed to be a library under this one.
Yes. I suggest if we start digging, we don't do it near the desk.
I'm very doubtful it's going to be digging involved.
I was joking, dear Raffian.
I got it, Ayla. It was very funny.
You're not funny at all, dude.
Oh, that is funny because it's true. Okay.
Well, logic dictates that if there is an old library underneath with sufficient information, then surely there must be a way down to it still.
Probably. I mean, we can start to look on carpets. We can start to drag in books and see if it opens any book.
Ayla will probably walk up to the desk, lean across the desk, and just speak to the old librarian woman. And in a hushed
She
tone,
looks over to you and peers her glass and is like, yes?
be like, "Hello, my dearest. Now, I am here looking for the old archives."
Sorry, what?
The old archives under the library.
Under the... Are you okay? Have you knocked your head?
Now, he will...
Under the library. This is it. And...
No. The lower floors. I've been sent by the secret government agency of archive keepers, and we've noted a tax discrepancy in the year 1532 that simply cannot wait.
And I have been sent from the Great League of Librarians. Now stop wasting my time and read a book or get out.
Wow, all this gold is for me?
From behind you suddenly hear, oh snap!
Thank you, Dibaldi, for the donation. A nat 20 for the lovely Ali, and a nat 1 for the sexy homunculus that is Straticus.
You're a homunculus!
I just got lovely, and I'm eating carrot sticks. Right.
All you need is a cat stick.
So, I take it there's no trapdoors or old dusty stairways back there?
Trapdoors? What kind of place do you think this is?
Did the goddess tell me when the library was built?
No.
Can I somewhat sneakily start to investigate to try to locate something that might be out of place?
You can try, but I don't think a Dragonborn can sneak anywhere in a quiet
Yes.
library.
I will investigate as quietly as possible then.
Roll, please.
And that's a nat 20.
Nat 20. Then somehow you glide through the marble floors
Well,
without
the-
being heard by
the
anyone.
investigation roll. I mean.
Sorry?
The investigation roll.
Oh yeah, but you're doing the sneak, like,
Oh, yeah.
you're not being seen by this. You don't really see anything that would indicate a way down. However, you do see part of the library that is sectioned off for maintenance.
Is anyone looking so I can sneak in?
There are a couple of guards there, like people
Okay.
working on it, and some guards.
Okay.
So, Ayla
What
would
can I
like
see
to
behind the
raise.
guards?
Sorry, what?
What can I see behind the guards? Or is it just a...
Nothing. It's
Normal
just a
section.
dark. It just looks like a normal section.
Okay.
So, Ayla will come back and discuss that the with the guys that the librarian has no knowledge of the downstairs, or she's a very good liar. Oh, actually, can I insight check her?
Yeah, of course you can. Roll.
Of course. Ooh.
Yeah, she has not got a clue what you're talking about. If anything, you just seem like a weird nutter that's walked off the street side talking about a
So,
under library.
I believe the librarian has no clue of the underside. Now, I don't see how we could start looking around without invoking the ire of the other patrons.
Then, do you suppose we need a good enough distraction?
I mean, I was starting to get in a little bit of an argument with her. I could create an argument with her if I was to create a distraction, but to what end?
There is a closed off section over there.
All we need is enough time to get into the back there, if supposedly that is the way down.
I couldn't see much behind the guards.
I could always create a distraction as well, if needed, but...
Well, if we're gonna sneak past them, I'm not really equipped for the most.
So, darling, the
Stealth
idea of a
missions.
time isn't sneaking worthy. And I sort of lean in and, for my human-ish taste, I look quite sort of mischievous and sort of say, I could mimic the sound of the dragon roaring in this wonderful library. I'm sure the folks would scurry out as soon as they heard it.
Yeah, at least they would move, and maybe it would give us enough time to
I'm
sneak
sure if
past
the
them.
guards heard a dragon roar, they'd probably jump from their posts.
And they're bloody sure that I will to be kind of crap guards.
I wonder, should we just try asking them if we can have a little look around?
We can.
You can try.
Tell me, do I look official at the moment? Does anyone have a clipboard?
No.
You have probably blood on you, Ayla.
Yes, that's
blood on you.
very true. Can I take a moment then to maybe clean myself up a little bit and take some things from my pack just to smarten
Yeah, you
up?
Yeah.
And almost certainly I'm going to be looking around for like a bit of wooden board with paper attached to it to just because no one asks questions of someone holding a wooden board with a clipboard, holding a
You
clipboard.
can find a wooden board, you can find a pencil, you can find whatever.
So then I will start walking along the library.
I will follow him as an escort, extra muscles.
Okay.
So I'll start just walking down the aisle towards the guards, and as we walk down, I'll be looking at certain shelves and making notes, and going along, looking at the shelf and making a note.
They
and,
sort of shift uneasily where they stand.
and
I
I'll,
go behind him and look bored.
and Ayla's just gonna try and just walk straight through, looking at the clipboard.
Whoa, mate.
What?
Who are you?
Sorry.
Who are you?
And he's gonna put on a little bit of a hunch and be like, "No, I am the auditor.
The auditor.
Yeah,
Right.
are people not allowed in this section of the library?"
Well, no, it's under maintenance. Don't really want a bookcase falling on anyone really, but, if it falls on our librarian, she's dead.
Yes, No, you don't need to worry about me. I've been dodging bookcases since before bookcase health and safety even came into play. Now,
Look, buddy, I'm sure that's great, but it won't do your hunch any good if something falls off and it's you.
I wouldn't worry about that. Now, are there books back there?
Yeah.
Can you tell me, is there a copy of Pelagius's Agamemnon and Shorty's mystical creatures?
I don't understand a single word you just said, mate.
Well, I'm trying to audit these books, you see, and the.
Have you got clearance?
Well, does my position not grant me clearance? Persuasion.
Okay, persuade. I don't recognise you.
Well, no, I go from library to library.
Oh yeah, hang on a minute. Ali's right, you've got a nat 1.
Damn it.
He looks at you and he's like, nah, I'm not buying it.
And he'll go, well, I will tell you that my bosses shall hear about this, and they will most certainly come and rap your knuckles, you rapscallion.
Well, I'll tell you what, you send them over and I'll see what I can do.
Ina leans in forward like, yeah!
Come on, intern, let's go.
She actually goes a bit close to them and sort of looks them in the eye and turn around.
They sort of look at you like...
So her hair like flips her away and...
Which sort of like... Oh.
So when we get back to go, we'll be like, well, it would seem that not only are they guards, they're also dicks.
Well, isn't that a guard in a nutshell?
No?
What?
I haven't met a guard that isn't a dick. Might be to my race too.
You're literally speaking. I know Ina loves guards and stuff, but you're literally speaking to a prisoner, a thief. Anyway, well, I suppose we'll have to go with the distraction method.
Lovely. All right then, everyone. Look as panicked as you can. All right.
Hang on a minute. Can I give you a little advice, Cerise? Dragons may invoke fear in people, but if I know librarians, and even if these guards are even slightly librarians, they're more likely to try and protect the books harder. If you really want to get their attention, make the sound of books being torn up in a corner. I guarantee you, every librarian in this place will run.
Shuri pauses for a moment, thinks about it, and then goes, I can't believe this, but... Right, let's see how that goes.
You can use your nat 20?
What I do is I sit down. Hiccups. I hate them so much.
Don't we all?
Wait, we should go in position before you start with the spell, so we are ready.
I sort of wave everyone away, and I go and sit down in a corner that's the least, like a really obscure corner. And I sit down in a really obscure corner and just tug my hood down so you can... Scrap, I hate you, so sorry.
And Gigas is gone. And she's also a robot.
I have no idea what she's saying.
Why? No, it's definitely Dr. Roboto. It's not.
Yeah. It's a crappy internet's problem.
Go on, try again. We'll listen harder.
I just sit down in a corner so I can't be seen, and then cast minor illusion to the sound of books being ripped apart by this savage dog. So you hear barking and growling.
Good plan. Are you going to use your nat 20?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so as you do this, you make up the perfect sound. Just sounds like an angry child in a library, like shredding paper. And you hear the librarian like, and I get up and start shoveling along, and she's looking for the sound. And she's like, someone, guards, come here! Like, and they sort of go, and they just sort of go over to see if they can see what the crazy old woman is talking about right now.
And we shall shuffle into the hidden close section.
Okay.
I've tugged because now my alter self spell is gone. Sorry.
How many times can you cast that, Cerise?
My illusion spell.
Yes.
It's not my.
Could you say that one more time?
Let me just check. I've not got a.
What level spell is it, Ellie?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Level 1, I think.
Okay, so at level 3, you should have at least two of free casts. And Aloy, so you can cast an image with it?
Yeah.
How about you cast an image of this section over the archway?
Alright. What? To show what there's nothing there?
Yeah, so we can investigate without any interference.
You want us to be behind the illusion, right?
Yes.
Yes, alright. Well, we'll have to make it quick. Because obviously,
Do we need to roll to get into the...
No, it's literally just like almost like a rope barrier. There's not, it's a library.
Not to be seen or something like that, rather.
Oh, well, they've all walked off to the other side of the thing. What was it?
Sharice is already in there because she's now a skeleton. So
Izzy's ducked straight under the rope. Izzy is gone under there.
Yeah, Sharice is also in there because now full skeleton. So she waved her fingers and sort of the air shimmers. As then suddenly it looks just like nobody's there, even though she's straight on the other side.
And Anston is like, "Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad." Like, but he's still going in anyway because he's also excited. So, are you guys all going in after as well?
Yes.
Of course.
Okay, you're in a corridor of, again, more bookcases, and it leads down to what looks like a dark door at the other end. And through the dark door is a dark room, and it yeah, it's not that. Is a very dark room, which you think is probably another big library room. There's a big marble floor, but it is like there's no lighting in here. There are some like ladders, almost like scaffolding to keep things up.
I have night vision, so I can probably see this.
Yep, you see all. If you have night vision, that is exactly what you see.
Okay, can I
I also have dark vision, yes.
Yes, can I go up this... Was it stairs, or...?
There's nothing in the room. There's some ladders, but they're kind of more like just propped up, not used for anything. They're just there.
I want to investigate and see...
The investigation sounds like a good plan.
I literally trying to find like a hidden door
Mm-hmm.
or anything that goes beneath the library.
Anything out of place, really.
I think we'll all be looking for that, won't we?
Yeah, 7!
I roll
Afraid
6.
not.
Well, my 6 is not going to help them.
Okay, so first of all, Ayla, you hear a voice in your head going, "Ayla, what did I give you? It's not just in the real world." And Sharice is like shuffling about, and just like there's this marble floor. It's like also big tiles as well, and you sort of kick some dust that has fallen from the maintenance, and you see it disappear between the gaps in the tiles.
Can I bend down and try and gesture people over, and can I bend down and try and lift it?
Yep, you can't lift it.
Well,
You got other people to help you with that.
Ayla will take out the item that the goddess gave him and just be like, I don't know if this could be useful.
What are you doing with the stone? Are you literally just offering it up, or have you explained to people what it is yet? Or
No, Ayla can't remember.
okay.
What is
Do you want
that?
to cast light and darkness or something?
The goddess gave it to me.
To you, it's just a plain, like, clear quartz, long stone.
She told me what it does, but it was sort of like a riddle, so I didn't really get it.
Arcana check or something.
Can do.
And that's 11.
There's nothing magical about this at all.
Religion check.
If it's like a, what was it? Cylindrical stone?
No, it's not cylindrical. It's almost like a shard, like a rough diamond. So before polished, it's like a quartz.
Oh, I remember that it allows me to see the sun wherever I am. So I imagine if we were navigating a boat, it would be useful, but he holds it up. Not so useful here.
It's not always that sun.
Well, I have a voice in my head, guys. I don't know how to say this without sounding crazy, but the goddess just told me not that sun, and I don't know what to do with this information.
You hear a giggle, like, in your head, just like, I said not only that, so God, you never listen.
And Ayla's just sort of like, I'm not sure if he can talk back to her or not without orating it, so he doesn't.
Ina cannot figure it out.
Sharice is just still trying to lift this tile up.
Yeah, it is not budging at all.
Can I try to help them?
You can, and it still doesn't budge.
I aim my stone at the tile.
Are you looking, as you effectively look through the stone, you see the entire floor light up. No one else sees this, only you through the stone. And you also see on the floor, which you couldn't really see in the dark, effectively, there is a huge carving of a sun on the floor.
Convenient.
The symbol of the faith.
I don't understand what's going on here. I can see through the floor.
So this is like the huge, it's got a huge sun, and they've got individual carved in rays around the outside.
It doesn't have to be the sun. Scrap.
Sorry?
And she just said it doesn't have to be the sun.
Oh yeah, no, as a player I
This is
understand.
Ayla.
But Ayla doesn't have a fucking clue.
I was about to say, I was like, scrap.
Ayla's just like, I can see through the floor. Anyone want to cast some insight here? I'm not sure what's going on.
Right. Okay.
Does it show me how to get down there? That's the key thing.
It shows the sun is fully illuminated. And you can see that the sun itself is slightly, like the rays around the sun are slightly raised. By maybe half an inch.
Ayla's gonna try and figure this out because Scrat can't.
No, he's not. But these little rays are slightly raised, almost like a button.
Do we see this?
No, you can't see any of this because he's not sharing the stone.
Ayla really can't figure it out. He's like, I don't know. There's sun, there's rays. Does anyone else want to have a look through this thing? Like, you can see through the floor. It's quite trippy.
You did hear.
And he'll pass it over.
Can I just look at it?
Yeah, you look through it and you see exactly the same thing.
Oh, goodness, alright. Well, yeah, and can I roll an investigation as well?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you see these raised, like, levels. All the rays themselves are just slightly raised compared to the big orb of the sun itself.
Can I reach over while still holding the sun, so I'm looking through it? Can I reach over and touch it?
You are not, like, it's too hard for you to push.
Can we stand on it?
Is that what Ina's doing?
Right, Ina, get over here. Stand on
I go and stand on it.
it. Just point.
As as Ina stands on the first ray, it's like it sinks into the ground, and you hear like cogs turning, and the sun itself starts to shift slightly.
Oh,
But
that's
doesn't
doing
open yet.
something all right. And then can I direct?
You can
Rattling
see
over
that there are a few rays that are far more prominent
Okay.
than all of them.
All right. Rattling, go and stand on that one over there. Ayla, would you be minded to move your little leg and stand on that one, and then I'll stand on this one?
Gladly.
Four?
I do as he says.
Other four? I don't know.
As you do this, it all sort of clanks and clunks like a big mechanical thing, and it's still stuck on the last bit. And Izzy runs up and goes, "I know!" And he jumps on the middle, thinking like, "I'll just put my weight on the last bit." And as he does this, the sun starts to split and part open, and then start to rotate downwards into the floor, revealing a
staircase.
spiral staircase that goes all the way down. And
You know,
Izzy's like, "I found it!" as he disappears down like a...
Oh, dear
Oh,
God.
Ina is like behind him. Ah!
And still
Ayla's
is horrible
going
down.
for another superhero landing to get to the bottom and catch him.
He's not falling. He is on the. He's stood on a step that is rotating.
Yeah, no. I didn't mean fall him, catch him. I meant catch
Okay, then.
that little devil from getting into trouble.
I catch this true
Can you
love.
roll a? So you're jumping down.
Yes.
Athletics.
Deck save, acrobatics.
I'd say a deck save.
I'm sure I clicked that.
Uh,
There. Okay, that was just very delayed.
Okay, it hurts a little bit when you land, like your legs jar, but you land perfectly.
well, he's softer than knees.
Yeah.
Is it dark down here?
Did you catch him?
Yep. No, caught him.
Okay,
As you went
Ina
down.
continues like in front of them, like, let's go. Continue to run down.
This spiral staircase seems to keep going for quite a while as some of you walk down, or because you weren't at the bottom. When you reach the bottom, there is another very you can't see the ceiling as to how dark it is, and it's all the way up, and there are huge bookcases, and they all have little glass orbs or different shaped glass ornaments that are glowing.
Wait, is it? Can we not see?
It's
Or-
dark. The orbs are giving light, but it's just a
Okay,
corridor.
And you can't
can
see
I
the roof.
put dancing lights
Mhm.
and have one sit on each of our shoulders?
Yeah, it's still just it's a big room. It's just pretty dark.
Okay.
Sorry, was there something in the ceiling?
You can't see the ceiling. It's so
Oh, okay.
high up. You have come down a long way.
What do you see for the stone then, Charisse?
Yeah, can I look through the stone and look up at the ceiling?
You just see the sun illuminated from where you came down. Otherwise, it's still blackness.
Nothing from what I can see, and I hand the stone back to Ayla.
How many books are there? A shitload, or?
There are no books here.
Well, you said I thought you said were ornaments on the books.
On the bookshelves, there are lots of
On the
bookshelves and
bookshelves.
lots of glass orbs and glass ornaments that are glowing and
Can I
sort of
take
giving
out
off
one of
The
light.
books.
I want to
Can I
investigate
pick
the.
Can I pick one of those ornaments and use
Yeah,
it
so-
as a light source?
Hang on. Everyone is talking at once. What was the first person? Who said something first?
Alley.
Can I-
did-
Go, Ellie.
I was just saying, can I take one of these down and inspect it, please?
As you touch it, it gets red hot in your hand and it screams at you like a human scream.
Oh my! Oh right. Well, that. Oh,
And it's like a misty image swims around inside it.
I wanted to do the same as I wanted to use one of them as a light source. So what happens to
You pick it up and it screams again, and you have to clamp onto your ears because of how loud it is.
Is
I want to.
does it scream after I let it go as well?
It stops screaming once you put it down.
Okay.
If
I want to.
carry on.
Sorry, go ahead, Abley.
I want to investigate the orbs, like Arcana, maybe. For
Yeah, you can look at them.
the magic. Oh, that's a 9.
But it is obvious that they are magical. This isn't
Yeah.
something that's
I want to do an Arcana check.
You've never seen one before, so
17 for Arcana check.
yeah, it's about the same. These are magical orbs. There are
nothing else,
images swirling around with them. They're not very clear images. They're smoky. But yeah, they are.
How big of a room is it?
Oh, this is huge. This is a long corridor. You can see, like, the door is quite small at the end, but you can see it.
I start to look at the books.
There aren't any books.
There are no books. I will start going for the door then.
Okay. Aelari, what are you doing?
Ayla.
Is he's a bit scared, like, after hearing this thing scream a couple of times?
So, were there two different ornaments that people picked up, or were they the same one?
No, there are hundreds. There are hundreds of them. They line these books.
I know. But I mean, like, did they pick up the same one then it screamed, or did...
Different
ones, and they both screamed. Okay. Then Ayla will just take Izzy's hand, I guess, and follow behind Warathlian.
Okay. You hear a sound behind you, and it just says, "Please don't touch the memories. It's so difficult to get them to shut up after a while." And as you turn around, there's an elf there with a small lamp, as he's sort of pushing like these tiny little screaming things back on place where you've dislodged them.
Hello?
Why do you need a lamp?
Well, I like it, the lamp.
Who are you?
How rude of me. Yes, I am Keelan. I work here.
All right. What do you work with?
Information, books, these nasty little buggers. You name it, I work with it down here.
Ooh, perfect. We are looking for a book.
Shocker, you're in a library.
Which book was it again?
Anston pushes past and he's just like, this is amazing, but we were actually hoping to find some maps. And he's like, maps? Okay, then we're going to want the older section then. Just please don't touch the memories.
We kind of learned that from the screaming, dude.
Yeah,
don't touch them, please.
Memories from what? Or who?
From everyone.
Everyone?
Everyone. Almost everyone. Normally people who have died. But we just keep them here. I'm sorry, excuse me, what?
Can you find specific memories?
Not really. I don't really do that. I just keep them here, make sure no one breaks them, and then looks over to you lot like.
How do you know who's the who?
We don't.
Are they categorized by recent or year or?
They put themselves where they want to be. If they want us to read them, then they will present themselves. Like I said, I'm here to make sure no one breaks them or touches them. It upsets them quite a bit.
Right.
Sorry,
Okay.
but why do you keep memories?
It's my job. I get paid for this. This is just what I do.
Okay,
Did
so
you want to book a maps or?
Yeah, but I'm kind of also really interested in, a rock
I'm sorry.
with-
I forget people don't see this often, if at all.
Yeah, this is first time for me.
I have a small request of you.
He holds up the lamp and pushes it closer to your face, and he's like, "Oh, a skeleton.
Yes.
That's clever."
Thank you very much. I have a small request.
You're gone, Ali. I can't hear you. Sorry.
You're going with robot on us. And you're freezing. You're lagging as hell.
She looks so sad.
There we go. Try again.
There we go. I like rules. I won't say anything or touch anything. But may I walk close to? How far does this place go on?
Well, under the city, the entirety of the city.
Oh dear God, that's a lot of memories. Right. And when you say memories of everyone, you mean everyone in the city?
I just mean whatever comes here. It doesn't have to be from here.
All right. Well, with your permission, I would like to not touch, not destroy or damage, but just look at some memories as we're going along. Would that be all right?
You can have a look. Whether they let you see them is a whole nother thing. However, like I said, please do not touch. They take a while to calm down, and I will not hear the end of it next time I have to go round and dust them.
I quite understand. Thank you.
Okay. Now, you wanted a book of maps, did you not? Okay. Well, we'll go and consult my companion down here, if you don't mind following me now. And he heads off with the lamp down this corridor, and Anston trots, and he's in awe of what's happening. I'm going to play Aylar right now, and Aylar is going to walk down there, holding onto Izzy's hand, and Izzy is trying to resist touching anything. He wants to touch it, but he's equally terrified of everything as well. So, you let her in. Thank you. Can you turn the light on, please? Because I've got a very sort of mystic glow right now.
Aww.
Thank you. I'm back. But Aylar walks down the hallway holding Izzy's hand, as I said. You walk down a hallway holding Izzy's hand. Hang on, I'll just wait. He's coming.
Adam,
We made tea, did he?
Yes,
there
he did.
Oh, he's ready to go on holiday, isn't he?
Yep.
Oh, he's a haircut.
Welcome back, Adam.
Welcome back.
Okay, so you're following this elf down towards his companion who works down here with him. You seem to be walking for a very long time, and he sort of weaves you in between all these different corridors. It's never ending, and it's a very sort of it's a very eerie blue, but in a way like a calming glow that these orbs are giving off. You can hear little whispers and chatters from some of them. If you could try and listen very closely, you wouldn't be able to hear what they're actually saying, but you can definitely hear something. You guys just following, or?
I will loudly say, can anyone else hear this noise? There's whispering in the back of the mind.
No.
Keelan, I'm looking at you.
It's just like, yes, they do that. They're quite a bunch of chatterboxes. Quiet! Like, he sort of like shouts at them. He's just like, can you be quiet, please? Like that. And they don't. Some of them sort of stop, but others just don't seem to care. And as you round this corner, there is a huge, solid, like oak desk. This desk is far too big for a human, let alone the dwarf that sits behind it, who is sat there just as if he's got nothing else to do, but he's just sat there and he's like, bah. He's like, these are some visitors. Can you stamp them in for me? And he's like, aye. And he does that, and he's like, well, give him your hand.
I do it.
Yeah,
you get like a little stamp, like a visitor stamp.
Yeah.
On the front of your hand.
Course.
A little visitor stamp.
I just hesitantly raise up my glove.
And he's just like, he pulls the glove off and stamps your bony hand, and then puts the glove back on.
That's going to take ages to wash off. All
right. What do I do with the cat? Like, he looks down at Taryn. He's like, do I stamp it? Like,
Not Taryn.
And
he's with me.
He exists.
He's been tailing with Anston the entire time.
Wow.
Aylar will be at the back showing Izzy a little trick with a candle where he's pouring hot wax onto the back of both their hands.
Do you have a candle?
My hand?
We're down in a dark place. I'm sure I have a candle. I've got to have one in my burglar's pack, surely.
Do you have a light?
I probably most certainly do.
Wait,
Yeah, I've got 5 candles. I've got 5 candles,
giggles.
and
Panthers.
so I have ways of making fire. I have like tinderbox and stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you light a candle.
Yeah, I light a candle. Just wait for the wax to melt a little bit. Melt some onto the back of my hand, and melt some onto the back of Izzy's hand.
Yeah, Izzy's just like, oh, okay, and sort of strolls over and
Yeah, we wait
puts
for it to
his
dry.
hand
And
out. Yeah. Strolls over and holds his hand out, and the dwarf, not really looking, just stamps over the wax. And Izzy's like admiring it and then keeps walking.
Yep, same for me.
Yep. You'll do that? Okay. Keenan's like, well, this is Grim. He is named that for a reason. Yes, so to the books. The books. Grim, we're going to the and he's just sort of, the dwarf is like nodding. He's like, okay.
Not
Going to the
even
restricted section, right? Okay, and then as you go through this other door, there's like an archway with a barred gated door, and you hear a rustle as Keelan pulls out these hundreds of keys on this thing, and he's just like, oh no, it's one of these. It's been a while, and he's just like, and you can hear suddenly one of the orbs perk up and whisper a bit loudly, and he's like, I know, and it just keeps going. And then he finally pulls it, he's like, right, okay, and he clanks it into... Sorry?
How often do you get visitors here?
Oh, we don't really. You do every now and then, but it's been a while.
Who was the person that came here last time?
God, Graham, who was here last time? And he just goes, he's like, I don't know, some elf fella, I don't know. And he just sort of sits and puts the key in the lock.
Don't you keep a record of names for everyone who visits here?
No, we stamp your hand and then let you in. You obviously found this place for a reason. So you're meant to be here. I don't need to know your life story. And he sort of wanks the thing open.
Tell me, this elf, did he tell you his name? Was
No.
it a he? Was it a she?
I don't ask questions. He was polite and I left it.
It was a he. All right.
Do you want to see the book or?
Yeah. Please continue.
And he sort of pushes open this huge gate, and it makes the biggest creaking noise. This is an old gate.
I help him.
You go into a circular room. He nods in thanks. Into a circular room, and you look at it's just all books, and no more memories. They are all huge books, and they are big books. They are like super thick, but also super tall as well. And he's just like, hang on a minute, and he just starts like pulling his finger like around them, having a look. Are you doing anything whilst he does this?
What kind of books are there? I want to.
They're just huge, unlabeled books.
Unlabeled. Okay. Not know what.
So, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, can I just sort of absentmindedly trail my hands over the spines of some of them?
He's just like, don't touch them, please.
Use the giggles.
Oh, right. Giggles.
See what's
Okay. Can I? Yeah. Oh, no, I don't have any more.
But you dropped the stone?
Gave it back to Ayla.
Oh, I missed that.
Yes, me too. And he will take the stone.
So this elf, how old was he?
I don't ask those questions.
No, but
If you
how
didn't know the name,
he
why
look
would he know the
old?
age?
Was it like 15 or 5?
Oh, he wasn't a young lad, if that's what you're saying. But I myself, I am 185 this year, so I don't think I look too bad for 185.
Oh, you look fine. I didn't think you were like a year over 80. You look great.
Oh, you.
And I'll turn to Ina and be like, "Don't be insulting. He's well into adulthood. Now, my dear boy, did this elf look anything like myself?"
I'll be honest, I don't pay much attention.
Or me. She goes close to Ayla, like,
He's looking at you both like, what?
A better question is, what book did he look at?
This is a long time ago. I think Grim showed him in rather than myself.
We'll ask him when we get back.
But this should be the book you need. And as he pulls this huge book out, you realize each of these books are chained to the bookcase. They've got a long chain. And he's like, oh, for God's sake, I hate these. And he drags really noisily this table. Like, it's painfully slow how long he drags this table for. And he pulls over and then he just slams this massive book on the desk. And as he opens it, it's full of huge widespread maps. So what is it you're after? And Anston sort of shuffles in. He's just like, yes, we're looking for the mountain. He's like, the mountain. Have we got any more specifics? Like, what are we looking at here?
It has
No?
a temple on it.
A temple on the mountain. Okay, well, there's 2 of those. So you're going to have to narrow it down a little bit.
the light one.
The light one. Okay. The light one. He's sort of like scrolling down. He flips over to this massive index. And he's scrolling all the way down. He's like, well, I wouldn't call it the light one, but it's probably better than that one. So, and he flips back and there is a huge map. And it shows lots of big landscapes, and you can also see the city where you are currently in. And he's like, so is this it? Do you want a copy of it, or what do you want?
Anston?
Anston's just like, excuse me, like, and he's weaving in between you and pushing out the side. It's like, yes, there. I think that's where I want to go. There do seem to be the 2 mountains aren't that far from each other, are they? The 2 temples. Well, no, you've got the opposite thing or whatever it is. I don't know. But if you want to get to this place, your quickest route, and they're sort of like lost in this map together, and it's just like you're going to want to go over the Amber Sea. So if you follow the river until you come to Felwat Bay, it's a small fishing village, delightful, great pasties, on the outskirts of Tearwall City, and then can you all roll perception, please?
15.
15. 10.
Wait,
14.
Right, okay. Hang on, let's have a look, sorry. Just double check on the perception. Okay. Ina is not phased. She's still staring at this map, completely engrossed, looking at this it is beautifully decorated. It looks very, very old as well. However, the rest of you, some of you suddenly feel like there are eyes on you. And Izzy does like a little shiver, and he's sort of looking at Ayla. He's like, I don't like it down here.
Can I turn around and see if there's anything behind us?
To where? You were in a circular room.
Well, to where the door was. Gate.
To where the door was. You don't see anything. It is dark beyond this door because of the lighting in this place.
Okay.
And you can see Taran is starting to get a little bit agitated, and he seems to be sticking fairly close to Izzy as Izzy's talking to Ayla. Like, I don't know I don't like it.
It's the same
Anyone
feeling
else
as
feeling
before.
Before?
Before, when they took me, I don't like it. You can't feel that.
Oh god.
Something is obscure.
And he's like,
Oh.
he grabs his like little dagger and he's holding it really close to him. And he's like, Ayla, I don't want to be here. Oh, can we sneak? We can sneak away.
Izzy, it's fine.
Can I, it's not fine, Ayla. It is not fine. Can I get all 4 of my dancing lights and
Yeah.
corners of the circular room and ready my staff and just sort of say, if we remember who Mangeli was with, and we all know what kind of light they prefer.
And you can just hear like Izzy whimpering a little bit, but he's definitely trying to be sort of, you know, pick up. And
I will pick him up.
okay, like holding him.
How old is Izzy again?
He's like 5, 6.
Yeah, I'll pick him up and put him on my hip.
Okay, and he holds on to you, but he's got one arm around your neck, but he's still holding his dagger in the other hand, and he's sort of really like trying to press up as close to you as he can. He's like, I don't like it.
Very quickly. Come on now.
Anston looks up and is sort of like, what's up? What's wrong?
I don't know. Something tells me this is the same feeling you had when you got taken, correct?
Uh-huh.
Did we have the same feeling of knowing it the first time in the gypsy camp?
No.
Oh.
What's Taran doing?
Taran, he was up against Izzy, like trying to keep behind him, and now he's like just weaving in between Ina's legs as she stands still.
What, like calm?
He's not meowing, he's not like shouting or anything like that, but he is agitated, like he should be. He's not sat still like everyone else.
I just think we need to be on our guard. Something isn't right here.
Yeah, I don't like this feeling at all.
Right, let's stop distracting Anston. Anston, get on with whatever you have to do. We don't want to be here for any longer than we have to.
You see Anston is like sketching out this massive map as he goes, and he's recording it, and this other elf is helping, and he's like, what's the matter with you lot? What is happening?
Just a bad feeling.
Okay, and Izzy, you suddenly hear him squeal, and he's just like, there, did you see it? I saw it, where is it there? You didn't see that?
What?
Same thing.
Him, the shadow, the man. Like, and as you look down the corridor, you just see a dark figure stood there, not moving.
Am I going to recognize this from my...
You just see a dark figure that is stood there. He's like, there he is. I can hear him. I don't like it. And he feels a bit like he's working himself up a little bit.
Izzy, there is a way to face your problems.
Yeah.
Ayla will stand and turn to the figure and be like, ho, who goes there?
There is no answer. And Keelan looks up and he's like, what are you doing? And Anston is like, what are you doing?
Anston, shut up and get on with
See
it.
this figure?
He's right there. Oh god, I think I know who this is.
What are you talking about? What? Like, is it just like, what is going on with you guys? What? And then suddenly you hear like a grunt as like a table, like the dwarf is getting off from the desk. He's obviously heard like a bit of a commotion, and he's sort of shuffling towards the door. He's like,
The figure's still there?
The figure's still there, way behind him.
Ina,
like down the end. You know the corridor with all the memories in? That's where the shadow is.
Ina, can you see him?
See who?
Ina can't see him?
Ina didn't roll a very good perception.
Where is he?
You can roll again if you want, because now that everyone is viewing.
Yeah, I'm going to point him out.
Okay. Okay, don't worry about rolling then. If Alar points him out, you see this dark shadow of a figure just standing.
Can I conjure fire in my hand and stride towards the figure.
You can do. The dwarf yelps and ducks because he's obviously in the doorway. He's just like, "What the hell is your problem?"
Give me a minute, and can I just walk straight?
No. You don't throw fireballs
Fine.
around here. This is the memories. Do you know, like the other elf is freaking out. Like, you don't throw fireballs if you can't touch them.
Alright, and I extinguish the fire in my hand and just push them aside as I just stride towards. I'll apologize in 1 minute. Give me a minute.
No. You don't understand how important these memories are. You need to not do this.
And you don't understand who might be at the end of this corridor.
I don't care. These memories are important. There is information here that we need. Do not unleash any form of magic in this place.
Alright, I'm sorry. But we have all seen something quite ominous.
I don't see anything.
But we do.
That's great, but I've been down here almost all my life. You do not do this in my place. Now, I'd appreciate it if you go stood in the corner.
What corner?
I'm sorry.
Like, just away.
Check this out and then I will obey your request, alright? Let me have a look, and I will go wherever you lead me.
How are you going to have a look?
I'm going to stand and view what I see. I'm going to go right up to it. If I don't see anything, if it disappears, then I will do what you want me to do. I will not cast magic. I will not hit anything.
As you are saying this, you notice this shadow is slowly walking towards you guys.
I walk towards him.
At the moment, the dwarf is in the way. There's you can hear Izzy starting to cry, and the dwarf is like, "No, hang on a minute. What are you playing at?" Like, and this figure is just walking slower and slower.
I walk towards the dwarf and towards the shadow, and like trying to look at both at the same time, discreetly.
Okay, so you're stood by the dwarf, and you can see this faceless, dark creature walking towards you slowly.
Wait, I'm trying to, like I said, look at them at the same time and just, whoa, calm down. We don't want any trouble. And I sort of talking to both of them.
Okay. It's like, can you roll? No, actually, no. I reckon you could do that. And he's just like, all right, okay. Well, I don't want any fuss. I don't need this.
No, I absolutely agree. No fuss, nothing. We're just gonna get the map and get out of here. Okay? So you can.
Map.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Like, well, are you nearly done? And he looks over at Anston the other up. He's like, yes, I'm nearly there. Like he's scribbling and whatever. And now this dark shadow is about that far away from behind the dwarf, like right in the doorway.
Can I put the dwarf in?
As he is, this shadowy creature reaches out and just plunges this fist into this dwarf, and you watch this dwarf start to choke. No, he is choking and he is like shaking and spasming, and that is where this episode ends this week.
No.
So.
No, indeed.
I want to use my natural 20 to save it.
I'm having a victory scene.
Okay, well, damn. Damn. Okay, well, let's go round. Let's get initial reactions to that, and yeah. So let's go round in reverse order this time. I don't know what the bloody hell's going on. I don't know what the bloody hell I can do with my rapier and a small child. God damn, some sort of cantrip would be useful right now. Anything. I'd take suggestion. That's not a cantrip, you know what I mean. Anyway, yeah. Let's go round. Ambly, how did you find it?
I love it as always. Yet again, a lot of.
Ambly's gone. I've lost Ambly. Has anyone else lost Ambly?
What?
I got
Am I
some
gone?
of her, but she's kind of.
I can see her.
Am I gone?
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
Yeah, she's there.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of role playing this session as well. Super fun. Bit of a stealth mission. A bit of a creepy library dungeon, I guess. Shadows stuff. Good stuff as always.
Next up, Ed. Sorry, I'm still trying to puzzle it out myself.
I mean, I was as confused as you are, Scratch.
Yeah.
I did freaking love your little sibling fight there, though.
I do love that, like, the Ina and Aylar sibling. It's not rivalry. I don't really know what it is, but it's there.
they do not draw even. That's
No.
the point of it, anyways. But down in the library, I don't know what to do, but that's how you figure. Hopefully, he's susceptible to magic. Otherwise, I got no plan. But a good session all around.
Yeah. Yeah. Ali.
It's the grinning man! Ah!
Doubtful.
It's the grinning man! And, oh god, we're so screwed. Yeah, no,
You think it's the grinning man?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'm fairly sure it is.
Based on what?
God damn it, Alice. Okay, no, I love the episode. It was fun. I up until now, I have been wondering when Charisse would first be reduced to a pile of bones, and I'm very glad it happened today. I apologise for the really bad connection, but this will be the only week it's happening. And yeah, I loved it as usual, and now I'm back to the drawing board, throwing down theories of what it could be, and I'm just like, because I think that's what a lot of our characters have got, is things that we've each got our own personal stories developing, but we haven't necessarily told each other. So there's a whole lot that Charisse has got going on, you know, about actually being her sister, about the faceless man being Mangeli, all this, the faceless man being Grinning Man, and so she's got all this paranoia right now as to it's him and he's the one that made her kill her sister and blah blah blah. And so there's all this paranoia, and I think we'll see how that comes into play next week.
And our beautiful DM, Alice.
Hello, I'm glad you guys really enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm really liking how the characters are developing, like the actual relationships and things like that. Like, I like how Warathlian has suddenly had to become the mediator between Aylar and Ina, whilst having a child chase his tail. It's like, I like, these are the sort of things I want to draw, because it's in a city where there's just been there's been a dragon, but now that's happening. There's a little pile of bones in a bag that's talking, pretty pissed off about it. Exactly, the Aylar sort of like all these different little like images in my head. I really, really like, and I hope you guys like the imagery I'm trying to put across with like the memories and the library and stuff like that. So, because I have an idea in my head, whether it comes across is a bit, you know, without really, just because I don't want to describe it too much because it can give things away. And yeah,
it's fine.
But no, I'm glad you guys liked it. So
I kind of picture it from the, not directly maybe, but from Harry Potter's.
I haven't actually seen anything past the Goblet of Fire.
But they have like it's not like different maybe, but they got like glass orbs that are filled with memories or something. Kind of picture it like that, but
well, these aren't all orbs, but yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, and well, guys, that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys want to come and take part in some of we run one shots all through the week. If you guys want to come and take part of that, come and hop in the Discord. Hildy, really? Come on, get off the mic. If you also follow me on Twitter, that is where I do a lot of my reaching out for one-shots, etc. It's certainly where I put together my group chats and stuff. And if you want to catch up with the rest of the season, if you've only just joined us, the rest of the campaign, you can find it on YouTube. Yeah. Bold for 6. Don't know what to do. Yeah. Well, quality stream, everyone. Well done. Let's go. Yeah, let's go and find someone to raid, shall we? Let's have a little look. We've got